Thank you so much. I'm overwhelmed. I really am, but I haven't even started to speak yet. But your generosity and your enthusiasm and the fact that each one of the charities that have been nominated tonight are charities that I'm familiar with. I have a daughter that sustained traumatic brain injury. I have used the services of hospice as well too. And I'm very familiar with the Artemis program as well too. They're all very, very worthwhile organizations and as nonprofits. And I'm sure that it will be very exciting to see who is going to be receiving your next gift. I can't believe that we were the very first charity to receive this. What an honor and a privilege that is. It's just delightful for us. Now, I'm totally enthusiastic about the Cridge Center for the Family and the multiple services that they provide, but I'm particularly committed to the Cridge Hospitality Service. And I want to just share a couple of things with you, and through this little presentation, because I'm very sensitive to the fact that as professional women, you like to take, you set your time limit, so I'm really being respectful of that, I hope. If I'm not, you can let me know. I am so grateful for this opportunity. I thank Deb very much for the invitation to come, for the wonderful group of women with Shelley and Lynn and others that came to the Cridge Center one sunny summer afternoon to present this marvelous check to us. You have no idea. This program started in approximately the year 2000, 2001, and it was a program that was created to honor parents throughout all regions of Greater Victoria, from the Gulf Islands right out to Souk, who are raising a child or children with special needs. Those needs are something that the families didn't anticipate when that precious little gift came into the world. But you know what? Through a service like the Hospitality Program, it is changing families, it's supporting families, it's helping parents who are absolutely exhausted most days of the week to have a much and well-deserved break, a time for them to be renewed and restored and refreshed as well as when they go to the hotels. We have 25 major hotel partners that are partnering with us as well. We have a variety of hotels from very high upper end to maybe what we might call the family type of hotels, because not everybody is comfortable maybe staying at the Empress. I don't know why, but they might not be. Anyhow, and also I really do wish to express the warmest thank you to Bev McIver for championing and creating awareness in our community and your community of 100 Women Who Care for the unique needs that our families experience. For each of you as participants in 100 Women, we thank you for giving so generously for our service. This is a program that is not government funded, so we have to do all of the fundraising that is involved in it. So you can imagine that in addition to carrying the responsibilities for the continuation of the program, fundraising is a very key part of this. Well, when there's only one of us, one of me, doing this job, it was challenging to say the least. And so it's like a breath of fresh air to have been nominated and to receive this lovely, lovely grant of money for this program. It saves me hours of time and that I can then invest in serving our families in a variety of different ways. But I wanted to thank all of you, but I also want to express on behalf of our families, from the hearts of hundreds and hundreds of families that are involved in the Hospitality Program over the years, how much it means to them that you have given to this program so that this program can be sustained to continue to honor these families. I could quote 100 different stories or more about the relevance of this program and the wellness that it brings into families, not only for the mums and dads that get to go out, or the mum or the dad as the case might be, but for the children as well. Boy, we've had some children say to us, "Man, it was great. My parents came back. They were so cool." They were so much more relaxed. So, again, thank all of you for being so enthusiastically involved in the financial support of our innovative and award-winning program. Now, as friends of Cridge Hospitality, you share a special awareness of the strains and stresses that our parents experience 24/7. We added a new program about 2 years ago. I was very concerned that when children reach, our program served children primarily from the age of birth to 19 years of age, which coordinates with a lot of the ministry services for families as well. But those children, when they reach 19, go into this incredible adult world where there are significant reductions in quality services or services period for these children who are now young adults. So I really wanted to see us start a program that we call the graduate program. And so for those children who are now young adults, we'll call them young adults, who are still they're the biological children of the parents, and the parents are still responsible for them and they're caring for them in their own home. We have been able to extend the Cridge Hospitality Service to include those families as well. And so I hope maybe we're going to see that it's going to increase in 2 years, from 25 maybe to 30. You would be amazed at the number of families who have children, young adults, who they're not leaving the home situation. There's many options, well, there's several options out there for housing for young adults with disabilities, but there's not enough accommodation, and many families are not choosing that as an option. They would rather keep their child with them. But the child's needs do not change. The adult's needs do not change. But the parents are getting older all the time, and the care responsibilities can be very, very overwhelming and strenuous. So just like our families, we cherish special dreams or an exciting future, a future that's going to see Cridge Hospitality grow and expand to meet what we have found is an ever-increasing need. We currently have over 500 families registered on our program, but that's just this year. And since 2000, we've probably had close to 2,000 families that have been receiving this service as well too. So it's a real honor to have the Cridge Center taking this program under its wings and allowing us to flourish in the way it has. So once again, it is with a deeply grateful heart that I thank all of you as guests and 100 Women who care for your generosity to us, for making a profound difference in our program so that we can continue to offer this program to these wonderful, wonderful families. I have been experiencing in my own personal life some significant challenges, and I don't wish to share too many details, but let's just put it this way. The courage that I have seen in my families that Hospitality serves has impacted the decisions and the way I face the situation I'm dealing with right now. We had a granddaughter who at 11 months of age was diagnosed with neuroblastoma, an aggressive form of cancer, in a baby. Never thought that was ever possible. But the family from Cridge Hospitality drew around me and supported me, and I can honestly tell you that if I hadn't met them through this program, I wouldn't have known that kind of unconditional love that was provided for our family at a significant time of need. You will never find another group of people, aside maybe from 100 Women who care, like this group of families do. It's profoundly impactful, and it's changed my life, and it's given me the courage to face some difficult situations that I have to deal with today in my own home. So when I think of a story of encouragement through challenging times, I want you to meet Ann Auld and her beautiful daughter Zola. I've asked Ann and Zola to come today because they're a hospitality family. And I thought, how much better could it possibly be to hear from them than me? So again, may I just take this opportunity to thank all of you for starting such an amazing organization and the impact that it's having in our community. And somebody tonight will really appreciate and understand that as much as we do too. So Ann, would you and Zola like to come out? While they're making their way up, I have left some Cridge brochures on the table by the door there. And also, this is the most fantastic newsletter. I know we're also used to going online and getting newsletters now, but the Messenger is the Cridge newsletter. The Cridge on the 21st of this month will be they'll have their 143rd AGM. We are the oldest existing not-for-profit in the province of British Columbia. It's just profound. And believe it or not, as of Monday, I will have been with them for 25 years. So
thank you, Mimi. You're not allowed to escape. I'm going to give you a hug.
Oh,
here.
Thanks.
So, okay, I was going to try not to cry, but this is what happens. So, first of all, I'm Anne and Zola, so we're A to Z. And I just want to, well, there's a lot of things I want to say, but in this short, few minutes. But first of all, I want to please extend my gratitude for this great honor of being invited. Mimi, you're such a gift. You're such a lovely person. You always have been. I think I've been with the program since its beginning, since 2000. Zola turns 19 next Thursday. So what Mimi was referencing in terms of this transition from so-called youth and services basically disappears as of next week. So I have been in the process of what to do and how to create and continue on with a pretty awesome life that I have attempted to do for my girl. So hospitality has been an enormous piece to that ever since those very, very early days. So if it was 2000 or 2001, you were 5. Okay, and so you would have been starting school, right? And at that time, we were a family of 3, and then things happened, and we became a co-parenting family. And we were not a married couple, but we were a co-parenting family, because that was the identified piece, was that Zola needed her parents, and that process happened. It did really, really well for a number of years, and then in 2008, the worst thing ever happened, and that was that.
I want to say what happened.
Zola's father.
Well, I was going to say.
You want to say it? Okay, honey.
I just want to say that my father died in 2008. He was killed in a motorcycle accident, and it's been very hard.
Yes. Yes, and some of the organizations that you women have been supporting, ironically, contribute towards this story, because the individual responsible for the death had a terrible life growing up with no supports. And so in an instant, our lives were completely altered. And so not only did we have to go through, me primarily, have to go through all of the legal and the financial and all that other stuff, I'm now a sole parent to this darling girl who was 11 years old at the time. So right on the cusp of puberty, right, 3 weeks before her birthday, and so on. So I think it was probably 3 weeks maybe after everything happened that I think it was Guinness who called up and asked, Anne, would you like a respite night? And I said, yes, of course. I mean, you know what? It's one of those things. You're kind of crazy. I mean, you're kind of because you're just bereft. You're beyond. It's so everything's so surreal. So when to have to ask for anything becomes. I mean, I've already had to ask for a lot of things in life. That I'm a very proud woman. You need to know that. It's extremely difficult. Been very, very hard for me to say, I need help. But when, I was offered a hospitality night so soon after this horror, I just, I said yes. And then, of course, then the next piece is, well, I gotta make sure that Zola has, family or somebody to be with her. And it is true that when you go on, when I have a hospitality night, and they did a wonderful, the last one was Bear Mountain. When was that? Was that June?
It was pretty close.
It was pretty close. Oh my goodness. So I know what it was. I was very strategic. Okay, there's a connection here. I have to tell, sidebar. Okay, so Shelley, you're Jasmine's auntie, right?
Yes,
Okay, so this is like the coolest thing ever. So Jasmine was one of my students. I'm the tutor.
Oh.
It's a small world. Okay, so I was Jasmine's tutor. Okay, so Jazzy gifted me 2 Bear Mountain the gift certificates for the spa.
Right.
So I held on to these for like months. And the day that I brought you up to Camp Shawnigan, dropped you off, woohoo, bye! For 6 nights. Come on, yay. Mom got to go to Bear Mountain Resort because I timed it so that I could have use the gift certificates. I know. Really, it's wild. Okay. So, yes. So now I actually plan my hospitality nights around significant things so that I can just go, phew, don't have to fuss, micromanage this, she's okay, she's all good, and I can just go and play. Anyway, I'm way over my 5 minutes, I know that. I know it. But all I can really say here is that this has been a gift beyond measure. I have shared the program piece with families who don't have hospitality, like over in Vancouver. I think they're going to start it up over there, and they go, whoa! They're just like jealous. But it's about the idea that for one night, and some families they can't even do a night; they can only do a few hours, right? Maybe they can only do a few hours because the needs are so intense. But just the gift of one night to watch junk television, to just go out, maybe have friends over, to hang out in the room. I mean, there's all kinds of fun things that I've done over the years. Just to be able to do that, the freedom to do that is been such a gift. And thank you from the bottom of my heart and beyond. And my girl, we are strong, we are resilient, we'll carry on. It's just us. And we're going to continue to enjoy this. And again, the idea of being able to have the graduate program to be able to continue on, I can't tell you again how pleased I was to be invited to be able to do that. So thank you so much.